everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Doctor, hockey is a sport that's violent and is also one that puts a lot of strain on, say, the cardiovascular system. Is there anything about the sport that can exacerbate Kris's condition or have any impact on it whatsoever that's unique compared to maybe any other activity?
Certainly it's not the sport that created this problem for him. We know that several people have holes in their hearts that have strokes that don't play in sport. And so he had a risk just of having this hole in his heart that could have created a stroke twice now in his body. So we don't think that playing the sport itself is risky for him. If that answers your question.
Shelley?
From a medical standpoint, is this an accelerated timetable? Is he surprised you with how well he's bounced back and been able to get to practice?
He's always surprised us with how well he heals. We don't think that this is accelerated in any way. We're taking all the right precautions to make sure that it's safe to go out and play. And when that time comes, we'll let him go back to playing the sport.
Rob?
Dr. V, last time I think it was 2.5 months before Kris was able to return to action, maybe 3. Maybe a shorter time period this time, hopefully. What is the big difference between this time and last time?
Several factors. Last time we actually had to figure out why he had the stroke. We already know that now. So the timeline in terms of diagnostics was much shorter. We're just confirming what we knew already. Secondly, his stroke this time is much smaller than it was last time. The symptoms have resolved a lot quicker than they did last time as well. And we know what to expect. The data has also evolved in terms of how this will be treated.
Okay, we'll take questions for Kris.
Thank you.
Dr. V? Taylor right here, Amanda. Amanda, Taylor.
Can you just walk us through the timeline of the day you had this stroke and what those symptoms were like and how things proceeded from there?
I don't know the date specifically, but you know, in the past I had migraines a lot, and usually the time frame is like it lasts 2 hours, and it started with half hour that I'm struggling with my vision. I get headaches and I get nauseous, and either I throw up or I go to sleep and they kind of wear off and I'm good to go. And usually I get maybe 1 or maybe 2 every 2 months, but they were like happening every 3 hours. They kept coming, and that's when I kind of made notice of that cycle, and I called the doc, I called Stewie, I said, I think there's something wrong, and they booked me an MR right away, and that's where we found it. And after that, I went right to the hospital to get monitored on different things.
Rob?
Kris, where are you at mentally with everything, and how have you been able to sort of keep your spirits up during this?
I mean, mentally, I feel good to be back, to be honest. You know, it's always hard to just be on the sideline. I know health comes first, and I'm really lucky to have the staff that we have. I've been with Dharmesh for almost a decade now, and he's been with me on the first one. I know he's doing everything he can to make sure I'm safe and I can go back to what I do. And we're taking all the time we need to figure this thing out. And like he said, when I feel ready to go and practice like I did today, he's gonna give me the green light. It's safe to be.
West?
Kris, kind of going right off of that, you've basically been able to be around the entire time you were at the Carolina game last Tuesday. Just how much has that helped you to be able to be around at the rink, skating a little bit, working out a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's great. Like the guys, we have a great group of guys. They felt me, like they brought me in, and they talked to me. They didn't put me aside or kind of like I don't know how you say that, but like they were not really careful. They just like brought me in and treated me like they usually do. So made me feel at home and felt comfortable. So to be around them, watch the games, be able to practice today, it's great for the mind.
Seth?
Kris, how did you feel today practicing? It looked like you were a full go there. I assume that's maybe the first time you went full go since you fell ill. Just how do you feel right now after a full practice, and is there any kind of next step in the recovery process right now?
I feel pretty good. Obviously, when you don't skate with a team or you don't skate for an hour or high intensity, you kind of lose that a little bit of conditioning. So it's just to build it back up. But I was able to skate a little bit on my own, and today it felt pretty good.
Two more. I'm done. Two more.
Chris, you just said that basically your hockey family has accepted you and didn't treat you differently and whatnot. But the second time around, what's it been like for your actual family?
Scary, to be honest. You know, my kids, they don't care if I'm a hockey player or not. They care about having a dad. And same thing with my wife. She can't care less about hockey and everything. She knows that there's so much more. And after hockey, there's a long time, and you want to be able to enjoy those moments with your family, with your kids. So it was hard, but like I said, we've been through this, and me and Dharmesh have a clear understanding that we're gonna take all the time we need, and we'll make all the research possible to make sure it's safe for me to play, and there's no danger for me to keep going.
Last one, Josh.
Yeah, Chris, along those lines, a lot of people, I think from the outside, they hear the word stroke, and they say, this guy's got this beautiful young family, and he's made all this money, like, why does he keep playing hockey? But I get the feeling you don't even consider, like, gee, I might have to stop playing. Has that even entered your mind when this happens?
Well, it's a scary word. Stroke is a scary word, and I think, I'm lucky to have the staff that we have, and, I know I'm in good hands. I've been lucky that these things resolve on their own. I can go back to a normal life, but, people know me well by now, and they know that, hockey is a passion for me. It's something that, it's gonna take a lot